start if you want.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming. It is an honor to be here with Sue Hong, who's running for the House. I'm Matt Reeves, running for the Senate. Sue and I both have been so blessed with our relationships in the Korean community in Gwinnett County. I also have North Fulton. Sue and I overlap in Lawrenceville and Suwanee in our House and Senate districts, and she is also a lawyer, just like I am, and so getting to have neighbors as well as clients and friends and church friends who are Korean has been such a tremendous blessing. I've lived in Gwinnett County for 17 years with my wife Suzette, with my 3 children, with my mother-in-law who lives down the road in Duluth. We've lived in Duluth and have had Korean neighbors and friends and business associates for the last 17 years, and the Korean community has made Gwinnett County great and strong. Education, business, churches, healthcare, so many areas of life. The Korean community has made this place a better place to live, and I look forward to being a friend and advocate for the Korean community in the state Senate if the Korean community entrusts me with their vote. There are a few differences in the candidates in my race. I'm a Republican. I'm running against a liberal Democrat from Johns Creek who lives in a country club. I've lived in Gwinnett County for 17 years and been active and engaged in Gwinnett County. I want to protect the merit-based Hope Scholarship. Korean students for 25 years in Gwinnett County, North Fulton, and other places in Georgia have benefited greatly from the merit-based Hope Scholarship because Korean students work hard and make good grades. The left, just like Bernie Sanders wants to make college free, the left is trying to make the Hope Scholarship not merit-based anymore, and that would bankrupt the program in a short period of time. And I want to fight to protect the strength of the Hope Scholarship for Korean students as well as other students who work hard, as well as the family budgets that depend on the Hope Scholarship. I'm an advocate for small business. As we recover from the pandemic, I want to make sure that working people and small businesses have freedom, not only are healthy and schools are open, but that they have freedom to do business safely. And I will be an advocate for working people and small business. I don't want to have a hard left turn to big government, taxes, and regulation as we recover from the pandemic. I want to keep lives, livelihoods, and education safe. Megamart, I was an advocate for Megamart's landlord 10 years ago when big companies tried to keep them out of Gwinnett Place Mall. They said they were not a first-class mall use, and I fought on behalf of Megamart's landlord to make them eat those words. I went to Chicago twice litigating that case, and after 5 years in court, those big companies went away, and of course Megamart is one of the best businesses at Gwinnett Place Mall. So that's an example of fighting for Korean people. I'm a man of faith. I go to Perimeter Church in Johns Creek. I went to Duluth First United Methodist before that for many years, and I know that the Korean community is a community of faith, does early morning prayer as well as vibrant church life, and I admire that and will protect faith and freedom down at the Capitol. Whether you're a nonpartisan or independent or libertarian or Republican or Democrat, I'm reaching out and asking for your vote in the Korean community. I'm proud to be a Republican, but I'm going to be a bipartisan problem solver and fiscal conservative and look for common ground and common sense for the sake of our schools, our traffic solutions, public safety, and health care. So that's a little bit about me. I definitely want to answer your questions. The state Senate has 35 Republicans and 21 Democrats. So I could be a better advocate for the Korean community and all of our quality of life needs down at the Capitol as a Republican. So I hope you will send me down there in addition to Sue Hong. I'll be on the Senate side, she'll be on the House side, and we can get a lot of good things done for the Korean community. So I'll look forward to your questions. I'll turn it over to Sue.
Good, thank you. My name is Sue Hong, running for State House in House District 102 in Lawrenceville, Suwanee, and Sugar Hill. As Matt had mentioned, and he's mentioned a lot of the same issues that we agree upon. We care about education. We care about starting up our small businesses back again after Corona. I think especially after COVID-19, our small businesses have suffered a lot, and we need to reopen safely, and we want to make sure that they get the support from the state government as much as possible. And we'll make sure that we do that. I'm on the state House side, Matt's on the state Senate side, but for something to become law, we have to work together, and it has to pass both sides. So I'm going to have an advocate on that side, and he's going to have an advocate on this side, and we'll be able to work together. I've been in Gwinnett County for almost 10 years now, but I've been in Georgia for almost 30 years. So I know I've seen the Korean community grow from really nothing to the third largest in the United States. There are 180 state house members in Georgia. There is only one, as we all know, Sam Park. And I hope to be the second edition as the Korean American here in Gwinnett. What sets me and Sam apart, obviously, is that he's a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and I stand for conservative values, Christian values, as well as lowering taxes, small government, so that our businesses are able to operate the way they want without any government intrusion. I want to make sure that our Gwinnett schools do as well as they are and continue to improve. I know schools are very important. And I know a lot of our students have suffered through COVID, not being able to go to school in person and having to adapt. And I think a lot of our immigrant families are trying to navigate those virtual learning as well. So we want to be able to give parents options in learning, and I'm going to be an advocate for the parents. I'm going to be an advocate for the teachers, so we can come up with the best way to educate our children and make sure that our Gwinnett schools improve and keep up with the best schools that we have here in Georgia. I want to reach out to the Korean community, as I have been for the last year, to encourage them to vote. Voting is very important because it is going to affect your everyday life here in our state. Our local seats, like our state house and state senate, we decide the laws in this state. And so it's going to impact, again, your children's education, your business, your property values, everything. So we encourage you to go out and vote this time. So I want to talk a little bit about how to vote. Voting has started. It started this Monday on October 12th. There is advanced voting until next Friday. And the places that you advance vote is different than the place that you go to vote on election day. So I know a lot of people are confused about that. So make sure that you go to all the places for advanced voting. You can go to any of the places listed if you live in Gwinnett County, but you have to go to your designated poll place on November 3rd. So make sure you know those distinctions. You can also absentee vote, which means that they are going to send you a ballot by mail and you fill it out, which I've actually been helping a lot of the Korean community voters to understand what that means. And so you can go ahead and fill it out, and you can drop it off in one of those boxes, or you can mail it in. In order to get that ballot, you have to apply for it, and you can apply for it online as well. So hopefully all of that information will go out. You have until October 30th to apply for that absentee ballot. So we still have a lot of time. So I encourage everybody who has registered to vote to go ahead and request absentee ballots or go advance voting. I know the lines are really long. But a lot of people are very encouraged and very excited to vote, and I hope that Korean community also is very excited to vote this time around, and hopefully you guys can engage. The more you engage, the more legislators are going to understand that the Korean community really cares about what goes on in Gwinnett County and in our community. And I think it's important for the Korean community to have that voice and for those concerns to be heard as well. And so by voting, you show people and you show politicians that you care about what's going on, and that way we'll be able to reach out and make sure that whatever the Korean community needs and are concerned with, we're able to listen as well. I've been campaigning with Matt Reeves for a year now, and we've been doing really well. He has helped a lot of people in the Korean community through his work as an attorney, and I think we both will be an advocate for the Korean community, and so we do ask for your vote on November 3rd in an advance voting. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me personally. I have offered my cell phone number, and many of you have already reached out to me with questions. And so continue to do so, and once I'm elected, you can continue to do so and reach out to me with any concerns.
And to add to that, 2 Howell Park on Pleasant Hill Road near the Walmart, you can vote there 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. from now to October the 30th. I want to see a ton of Korean folks there every time I go by.
That's the park. That's the park next to H Mart on Duluth.
That's right.
Yes.
Next to H Mart, next to the H Mart Shopping Center, and then also George Pierce Park in Swanee on Buford Highway near Swanee Town Center. Again, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. between now and October the 30th. Wanted to mention that, and also senior citizens, Korean seniors, or if you have a handicap tag on your car, show that. And if you're helping a senior, or if you are a senior, they will let you go to the front of the line voting. So if you get there and the line is long, show them you were a senior or you're handicapped, and you will get to vote quicker. So don't let the lines make you go home. Stay there and vote quickly as a senior or handicapped. Make your voice heard.